Hello traders, Day Trader Matt here of businesswithtrading.com, doing a trading strategy recap for the 23rd of June, Tuesday, and today was another interesting day in the markets. Pretty much opened over here. It did gap up a little bit. Price did chop around and then it started to sell off, which was interesting. Today we made two trades and pulled 3.25 points out of the market. So our first trade was right here. We got long and we were able to ride that up and take profits right up here as price started to roll over. So we got out there and then price actually rolled over quite a bit. So that was actually interesting. Saw that happen and then saw it chop around, saw it sell off a little bit more. We did take a long right here. We got long and we actually got out as price started to come back here. Watched a little bit. It did buy up again. We were trying to get short, couldn't really make it happen, and then price did come down and we just called it a day. We're up 3.25 points. Not a horrible day. We were able to add that to our coffers. The interesting part though is right here, price came down into the support zone we were talking about pretty much since price was over here. We were talking about this area. It finally came down. We had already closed the room. We closed the room right over here, just because there's not much to do, and we're not going to take a trade after 12 and stay in it for an hour. That's not how we work. We're done by 12. Sometimes I'll give trade setups that look really good that will happen after 12 o'clock, and I'll say, this looks good, and you can look for this to move here if this happens. Something like that. So that's what I'm pointing out. It came down into the level and it came up. It was very interesting. It came up a little bit higher than what I was thinking, but that's just bonus if you're long. So that I thought was pretty interesting, so I wanted to show that. Obviously we don't include that in our results because that's not a trade we took during the trading room. That's a recommendation that I gave out afterwards. So anyway, I wanted to highlight that. Yesterday was an unsuccessful day. Today we were able to get back basically what we lost. Would have liked to have done a little bit better, but the trades just weren't really there. This was a little surprising, the sell-off. Couldn't really get short here. Tried to get short here, couldn't. It just wouldn't let us in. It was over here. It was after it already chopped around a little bit. And it's one of those things. Trading is about taking your high probability setups. You take them, and that over time you're going to make some money. That's what trading's about in its simplest form. And that's what we try to do all the time. Is we try to wait for some high probable setups, take them, and see them work out to fruition. Yesterday we took a trade. We were a little aggressive. We did get stopped, and the price went in our favor. And that's one thing that a lot of newer traders have a difficult time with. And I hear that a lot. Price stopped me out, and it went in my favor. And I see a lot of times, and one of my first coaching students had a hard time with this, and he started not using stops. He's like, well, if price is going to go in my favor, I sometimes I get stopped out and it keeps going in the original direction that I thought it was going to go in, so I'm just going to stop using stops. And then that is a recipe for disaster, because the one time that you would legitimately get stopped out, you don't have that stop there, and bad things just happen. That's one thing about why stops are so important. So anyway, I wanted to bring that up a little bit I thought that was important. We didn't talk about that yesterday, but it's something that is very, very important. You always want to use stops. I always tell people, whether I'm coaching somebody or someone just emails me to ask a question, stops are very, very, very important. Using stops is like getting dressed before you go outside in public. It's something that should just be second nature, something that you just do automatically. And if you don't do it automatically, you should do it automatically. So, anyway, just one of those things. Let's talk about our trading and our swing trades. So, in cotton, yesterday we talked about it. We had our stop up here. We did take profit on this. Well, price came down and hit our stop today. And that gave us a pretty decent trade. It gave us a 2.6 to 1 reward to risk. And that actually equated, because cotton is $500 per point, equated to a profit of $800. I don't know why the zeros are so big, but it is what it is. It gave us a profit of $800. We were risking $300. So that actually gave us a pretty good trade, 2.6 to 1 reward to risk. And that's what we strive for. I always talk about it's important to know your risk. It's important to make sure you have stops, but make sure they're logical stops. They actually make sense. They're placed in an area where you'll be able to make money, because that is the all-important reason to trade, is to make money. And that's what we did here. We were able to get in, very nice entry, and we were able to get out. I thought that there was a chance it could have supported and gone a little higher, but it decided to get very erratic. And sometimes price does that. And that's why, again, why we use stops. Why did I move this stop up? Because price could have gone higher, but it could have come lower. And I wanted to say, hey, if it comes lower, I'll take profit. I'm okay with that. And that's what professional traders do. We don't top tick, bottom tick. We just get in to a good trade and then we get out. Alright, we actually entered another swing trade today. Actually, we took soybeans and we got long right here at 980. And so far we're in it at 980. We're going to see where this goes. And tomorrow we'll either exit or it will go in our favor a little bit more. We'll have to take a wait and see approach. But wanted to talk about that as well. That was another trade that we entered today in our swing trade group. Didn't enter any options trades. We're still looking for things. And I talk about the three services we have: the trading room, we have the swing trade group, we have the options group. We look at them all separately, but they're also kind of together, because they're three things that I do in my own trading. But as separate entities, they're good on their own. And that's why I look at those. Option trading I really, really enjoy. Day trading equities, yeah, I could do it. It's just something I would rather not do. Because equity trading is fairly easy. They don't move fast like futures. And they're fairly easy to catch and just see where to go. But option trading is, I think, just as lucrative, and you don't have to spend your entire day looking at different stocks. That's where I see advantage to that. Your day trading is a little bit more aggressive trading. But in saying that, if you keep your risk reward okay, know what you're doing, have a sound methodology, trading strategy, it can turn into something really, really nice. And that's what our E-mini trading room has actually ended up being. It's something that can be on its own and work really well. Day trading is something that's very easy to let your emotions go crazy and just make crazy trades. It's very easy to do that in day trading. Whereas swing trading, you're not trading all the time. You're looking up entries and exits, and then you're getting in, and then you're letting it happen. And that's why the prone for emotional outburst is very high in day trading. And that's one of the reasons why we do have our detailed trading courses. They're very granular, and they go into a lot of those aspects of trading. The aspects that if you're not skilled in can really be a detriment to your P&L. So anyway, wanted to talk about that a little bit. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, you got something out of it. You can always leave feedback below if you want to add to it, if you want to ask a question, whatever it might be. Feel free to add any comment below. With that, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here in the markets. Thank you.